Well, hello everyone. I hope you're having a great weekend. Welcome to the Trading with Ashley show. This is a very special video to me because, as some of you may know, this marks the year anniversary of me actually being active on YouTube and helping to teach people how to trade. And it has been an incredible year. And when you have a goal and then you finally achieve that goal, I think it's important to reflect upon that goal and just really look back over your journey and then chart the course for your continued journey. And so I wanted to share with some of you what those goals had been and what I have achieved with actually all of your help. And then I wanted to encourage all of you to put together a similar plan. I mean, we are wrapping up 2024 and 2025 is going to be here before you know it. And for you to achieve whatever goal you may have, I think you have to almost speak it into existence and write it down and put together a plan. I had always learned if you do one leading task that is attached to your goal, it is really all you need to kickstart that entire process, and it helps you realize it can be done. I mean, it could be as simple as cleaning out your closet. Just do the leading task. If it's something a little bit more complex, like you want to learn how to trade options, well, I have you there. I can take care of that for you, and I'll continue to provide you content that will help you get to that goal. So I want to do a real quick recap for all of you. So looking back, I started this journey, like I said, a year ago, and the initial channel I was on, Investing with Ashley, that actually had gotten to a special point. It had gotten over 20,000 subscribers. I was about 24 when I decided to rebrand and start a completely different channel with a little bit different vibe. And it's worked out beautifully well, but it was scary to do that, to start completely over. But I did it anyway, and I'm happy to say that I am now knocking on the door of 20,000 subscribers again. And so that is such an exciting moment for me. And I wanted to thank all of you because a lot of you are a part of that journey. And I'm so grateful for you. And then when I look back over my portfolio, when I took over my portfolio, when I left corporate America, I had just had it with corporate America, and I'd been with them for 30 years working and just trading my really time for money. I decided to leave and trade options for a living. If you've ever worked for a big corporation, when you leave the company, a lot of times you can take your 401k and convert it over to an IRA. I want to take a step back in time and let's look at that same IRA. And I was reporting not long ago how excited I was to cross over a certain threshold in that portfolio. This is such an exciting day because just as I'm getting my channel up and going, I hit a personal goal, a threshold today. My account has crossed over the $700,000 mark from trading. I'm going to take you to the screen and show you real time what's going on with my account. Okay, so let's take a look at my account today. As you can see, we are just hit this huge threshold right over of 700,000. Big milestone for me personally, having almost a $20,000 day. Hopefully we can have a lot more days like this where we have a $20,000 win, and you can join me on the fun as I train you on how to do this. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Thank you for tuning in to Investing with Ashley. So just this week, I opened up my portfolio, that same portfolio that I've actually been pulling a little bit of money out of there. I decided to pull some of the money out of the Roth and convert it to a different broker that allowed me to trade one particular asset that the Merrill broker would not allow. So I've removed money from this account. I haven't added any money in. And today, here it sits at $1 million. And that is very exciting. Now, I'm blessed enough to have several portfolios, but this is the one I show the most on YouTube. And this is the one where you see me running that wheel strategy that I talk about so much. And so to have a goal, I actually stated it. So I worked really hard to get to the goal, because it was such a public goal. And I had mentioned it that I wanted to highlight my portfolio again once we reach that milestone. And that has been in the back of my head all year long. And I have been working towards that. As we prepare for this week and what we're going to trade, I first want to take a look at the Fear and Greed Index. So right now we are right at 59, which is neutral. And that's actually a good spot to be, because when we are in greed or extreme greed, that's when you need to be more concerned about a potential pullback. But anytime we're in neutral, that really allows us the opportunity to forge ahead. It's like Warren Buffett says, be fearful when others are greedy, be greedy when others are fearful. Let's look at what we have on deck for this particular week. We do have an important report on Friday, November the 1st. It's the monthly unemployment report. Now, we want to make sure that we are not creeping closer to 5%, because that is a concerning number for the economy. So we'll keep our eyes on that. Now, when it comes to earnings, we have a packed earnings calendar this particular week. Monday, we just have a few, nothing really huge to focus on. But Tuesday, we have SoFi, we have McDonald's. McDonald's has a lot to explain when it comes to that E. coli outbreak. After the bell, we have AMD. AMD results could affect NVIDIA. And then we do have Google, which is Alphabet. That's a very important one to watch. And then we have Chipotle. Chipotle is a very popular one. I had Chipotle for lunch, FYI. And then also Visa will be another one to watch. Then moving on to Wednesday, we have Eli Lilly, and that will be one that is really important. But after the bell, after close, we have some heavy hitters. We have Microsoft, Meta, and Coinbase. All of those already are great stocks to trade. And so if you're looking at options, be a little bit careful, because if it goes the opposite direction of up, it could cause a lot of issues for you. But if you're an options seller, you're going to get more premium if you trade over earnings. But if you're going to do that, you need to consider going much further out, because you want time for the stock to recover if it pulls back. And then moving on to Thursday, we have some other big ones. We have Amazon and Intel. All of these are stocks that we trade quite often in my Discord. You can't forget Uber. Uber's going to be interesting. They had quite the run when Tesla was struggling at the Robotaxi event. And then, of course, we've all seen what has happened with Tesla ever since. And then finishing out the week, we have a few other big ones, ExxonMobil and Wayfair. And then you have Fubo TV. So you've got a lot to watch this week, and I want to make sure that you are prepared and ready to trade. As we are wrapping up this 1 year look back, I do want to stop and thank some very special individuals who are a big part of my journey. I have got to stop and reflect on some incredible YouTube personalities that I had been watching from afar, and I never imagined I would be able to meet them, more or less be on their shows. So I want to give a personal thank you and a shout out, as I'm right here at that year anniversary, to Stock Up with Larry Jones, to Stocks with Josh, to Keenan Grace, and I recently met Stock Mo. So I want to thank all of those individuals that have helped me in my journey and that have actually hosted me on their show. I mean, that's a big deal when you invite this virtual stranger to your YouTube audience to be on your show and actually have a platform to share her trading ideas. And the fact that you did that for me, I will be forever grateful to each of you, and you all hold a special part in my heart and definitely in my journey. So I just want you all to know how much I personally appreciate everything that you've done for me and the support that you give me, both emotionally and the platform that you have given me to be able to share some of my trading ideas. And I wanted to stop and reflect primarily on what the whole reason was for me to even start this journey. And it is truly to help others. Now, yes, I do get compensated by YouTube when I post videos. And yes, people pay to be a part of my trading community. But it's all born out of the sincere desire to train others and to help others. And it has worked out beautifully. I am so excited to share that several of my members have now reached the point where they can retire from corporate America and they have financial freedom to do what they want when they want. Nobody can control their time anymore. And that's the ultimate blessing because we all have a desire to do something other than work. The whole reason we exist is not just to work, it is so that we can live a fruitful and happy life. And a lot of times you have to work because you need money to be able to live a life that will give you the things that you need to be happy. But that's where trading comes in. And it doesn't happen overnight, and it's not a panacea for everything. But I want to say that I am so happy to see so many of my students, and even those that aren't my students that are just on YouTube, they have shared that they have either retired or become millionaires from learning how to properly trade in a safe and consistent manner. So this is the year anniversary. I have so many wonderful things planned for you for the next year, and I cannot wait to get going with all of that. I don't want you to miss any of it. So you might want to stop what you're doing and make sure that you are subscribed to my channel because I want to make sure that you get notified anytime I drop a new video. In fact, I'm working really hard on a video that will help those of you that have always wanted to get into this game, but it was never the right time or you just were too intimidated to even try. I'm going to try to keep this as simple as possible for you and give you the confidence you need to jump into these markets. Why should Wall Street and these hedge funds that charge huge funds, by the way, be the ones that are the only ones to get in on this game? You can learn this. I promise you can learn this. I came from a background where I knew nothing about this, and I was able to build an entire portfolio that is well over $3 million now from learning how to properly trade. Nobody is going to care about the money of my money like I am. And for those of you that don't want to wait and you're ready to get started now, I want you to watch this video I made on how to properly sell puts. You can find it right here.